You are here for one of these reasons. 1, somebody sent you. 2, you love my face. 3, where are you? What is this? How do I get out of here? What's up, kleptos? Today I'm going to talk about the very rare and serious illness that I have. Cluster headaches. And before you say,
I suffer from headaches and or migraines. Typical answer here.
shh. It's not that type of headache. Yes, every now and again we get those pesky little buggers because the neighbor's kid Joshua is joshing around in your rose bush, and now his parents are yelling at you because apparently you forgot to cut it, but fuck that kid. Yes, we also receive all those headaches that make us want to take a bunch of Advil and sleep all day, but it's not that type of headache. Well, maybe the last part. Let me begin with a very brief and scary explanation. A cluster headache is a headache that appears in clusters. And it's also relative to time. So let's say I wake up at 5 a.m. each day with a cluster headache. I will wake up at 5 a.m. for the range of attacks. The cluster headache is also very constant in its clusters. I get a headache at 5 p.m. and it'll last for maybe 15 minutes. Or it could last for 2 hours. And I get a short break of maybe 15 minutes to an hour, maybe 2, it depends on the person. And it ends abruptly, so you never know when it's going to take a break. I mean, mine could last from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., but it depends on how many drugs I'm taking. These attacks last not just 1 or 2 days, they could last for weeks, and in some extreme cases, more than 5 months. They're described as one of the worst pain a human being can endure, even worse than childbirth. And I ain't never had a kid, but that's fucked up.
What's the
Another name for cluster headache, suicide headache, because literally people want to die rather than endure it. And, not to mention, there is no treatment. The continuous cycle of clinic visits, pure oxygen doses, something called a nasal spray. So what effect does this have on people? First, of course, they get super irritated and annoyed. And angry. It says angry, I said annoyed. But they also get annoyed, so that's something. Pain usually resides in one corner of the face, usually around the temple/eye area. The eye becomes swollen and often droops. Nose passageways also become swollen. This makes a patient have a runny nose and redness. Hot compresses might help, showers do wonders. They are only temporary. And the headache medicine doesn't work unless you take enough to pass out, and I'm pretty sure that might kill you. You also can't sleep. Normally people find that cluster headaches, while laying down, cause them to be worse. You know, if you lay on the side that hurts, it hurts. If you lay on the side that doesn't hurt, it hurts. Oh. How is the pain described? And please, if you're easily disturbed, you can skip ahead. This is how I describe the pain. Imagine someone holding pliers. That person thus sticks the plier right on your nerve, and they pull the nerve really, really tightly. Then they twist the nerve back and forth. And the pain is constant, never numbing. As they are doing this, they are also jagging it up and down with a knife while punching you in the face. What are some triggers for this illness? Alcohol, fruity smell, perfumes, light, the fucking sun, loud noises sometimes, headaches, who would have guessed? Lack of sleep, and smoke. And also, it's not just cigarettes, and you don't need to be smoking them. And if you ever think that, yes, weed helps migraines, it's totally gonna help you, don't do it. You're being an asshole. Don't smoke anything in front of someone who has a cluster headache illness.
How do I?
Someone who does not know about cluster headaches, insert.
Help.
Well, for one thing, people experiencing attacks want to be left alone. They may pace around and cry sometimes, but don't touch them. They're not interested in how nice you can rub their back. Tell them it's okay. It might just want to make them hit you in the face. And please understand, if they do yell, it's not their fault. This is not an invitation that you can yell back. Second point, keep them in a fairly quiet place. Third, darkness is good. 4, put a cloth in hot water and squeeze it out a little bit. Give it to them so they can press it to the area that is experiencing the pain. The heat will thus numb the pain a little bit. But remember not to burn yourself because you're using hot water, not lukewarm. Watch them in case they burn themselves because they might not realize how hard they're pressing. 5. Don't have triggers around. You sick smoker, alcoholic bitch. 6. And this is the most important point that a lot of people overlook. Do not have any dangerous objects around them, i.e. sharp objects, hard things like tools, medicines that could be dangerous towards them. No matter how much you know this person and how happy they seem in life, they might do something drastic. This is the same for hitting themselves. If you're experiencing a patient that is hitting themselves, try to replace their hand with a softer object, like a pillow or maybe a stuffed animal. This way they can get their anger out, distract themselves, and they don't get hurt. So that was a little bit of information about the disease that I have. I think it's a disease. If you currently suffer from it, now you know certain triggers that maybe you didn't know. Maybe some remedies that could help you, like the wet cloth thing. If you have a mother or father or maybe a brother, sister, friend who suffers from this and you didn't know what it was and you just regarded it like, oh, it's just a headache. Well, it's not just a headache, it's very serious, and now you know how to take care of them, so that's cool too. And if you were just curious, what is DumandsONE talking about? Weird illness, serious illness. Oh, this sounds important. It is. Oh, good on you for clicking it. Anyway, this is the end. Tell me, have you ever heard of cluster headaches? Did you know what it was prior to this? Do you know anybody who has a cluster headache? Let's start a conversation. See you later, kleptos. That's the end of the video. Why not join the gang? 'Cause together we can be insane. Stop that. What if I just threw up? And I ain't never had a kid, but for some odd reason, it makes me become a Westerner. Go out in the hallway and say it.
No, it's I suffer.
No, do it.
What? Oh, I suffer from.
You know what? I'm not even gonna use it.
No.
Before you say.
Oh,
Really?
Fuck!
Suffer. The word is suffer. I need you.
I need you too. I need you so much.
No. How many kisses can you get? These are doggies so cute. Out your screen, where a clone doesn't put the links to anything. 'Cause he likes to watch you suffer, so screw him.